Hello and welcome to Casting Roles, a persistent D&D campaign played by a bunch of theater nerds. Thank you for joining us. If you're liking the show, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And if you'd like to reach out to the show, you can find us on Twitter at Casting Roles and on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Casting Roles ILM. Our videos are uploaded on Friday on our YouTube channel, and we occasionally stream on Wednesdays. And you can check out our podcast version, which is now launching on Tuesdays each week. But with no other announcements, you can go ahead. Well, you can go ahead. We'll go ahead and start the show. You can start the show. This is fine.
This is going to be a good one then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So ticket takers, after spending just a couple days now in the city of Alyria, you've managed to upset the local mafia leader. You have,
I forgot about that.
You've all been questioned in the trial of Yori and Taldaran, or not all of you, because Jury and Abel are up tomorrow. And then decided to blow off a little steam by going to a local fighting pit at the invitation of Marlow's nemesis, Yara. A fight ensued at the fighting pit at a location called Be Your Own Master, which is basically the goop of the D&D world.
Manager.
Be Your Own Manager. Sorry, I apologize.
Thank you.
Be Your Own Master. Marlow pulled out a very hard-fought but definitive victory against Yara, awakening their wave dancer weapon in the process. However, Yara, who has been using the veil tether abilities in magic at the moment of their being knocked out, released those tethers, and 3 Veil Echoes were summoned into the bar. A fight began in which some of the bar was blown up by Kaimana via fireball. But you managed to knock out the Veil Tethers, only to hear...
Let's not leave out the important thing. Abel successfully used Firebolt.
Yes.
And
the top thing to note is
at the end of the fight, you heard the call of Corinne Smith from the back saying that she would like to speak to your manager. So ticket takers, as the flames of the fireball kind of lap against a wall and are slowly being put out by Kamana using shape water, and Corinne marches over in your direction. She kind of looks at one of you. Which one of you is in charge?
Kaimana.
She looks.
Abel just nudges Kaimana forward a little bit.
I'm sorry, guys. I just want to see this.
No. Me and Kaimana are our fighter's manager.
I passed the jar to Ace's character. I passed it to
Jury. Passed the talking stick to Ace.
I passed the water jug to Juridan.
Okay.
I'm like, you finished.
Okay.
And I'll take care of this.
All right. So she stands over you, not too much taller than you, but she stands over you. Can we need to discuss how we are going to pay for the damages to this establishment that you have wrought here?
Yes, you're right. Do you have an office where we could discuss this privately?
Yes, right this way. And she kind of turns, and there's a doorway behind you, and she takes out a key and unlocks it and enters in. And it's a beautiful office. It's all white shiplap along the back, and there's like a gray slatish colored wood on the floor, and a single white desk that seems like it has no drawers or any purpose other than just to sit behind and look pretty. And a large kind of reddish chair behind it. She goes and sits down.
Okay. Before that happens.
Yes.
So she opens the door for me.
Yeah.
Okay. And she goes in first.
Yeah.
Okay, I slam the door behind her and cast Wall of Thorns on the other side of the door, and then turn around to the group and I say, run.
No, our money. We gave them so much money, Kaimana.
So much fucking money.
No,
I don't have money. It doesn't matter.
Kaimana,
It matters to us. It matters to us.
Kaimana.
yeah, I got this figured out. I know how to solve this problem. Jury, you're actually going to like this.
I have the water jug and I'm like, I really don't think I'm gonna like it. But go ahead. Kaimana, undo. Remember, what is your motto, Kaimana? We talk first.
We did, and then we cast Fireball.
That was not. No. All right, so let's try to undo this, and if you fail, I will fix it.
Okay.
How long does Wall of Thorns last?
I don't know. You can check the thing. What level spell is that?
Oh, it's concentration, so I can drop it.
What level spell is it?
6.
Oh, okay. So as you guys are having this conversation, Kaimana, you feel the magic binding the spell rip apart, and the Wall of Thorns collapses as she dispels the magical effect of the Wall of Thorns.
I open the door and walk in. Like nothing has happened.
Can you explain why there was a wall of thorns in this office space just a moment ago?
No. Corinne, I am.
I'm gonna be picking it up off the ground and looking at it like I don't know what happened.
I am shocked and surprised that a person with as much marketing skill and product placement experience has overlooked the great opportunity we have just given you. You should not be angry. You should be thrilled. And here's why. There are dozens of fighting pits across this city, and they're all basically the same. You walk in, you pay your fee, you buy your drink, you place your bet, you watch the fight, you walk out. And there's some differences. Some are nicer than others. Some are in worse parts of town. But they are all the same. But now you offer something that none of them can. You offer the chance for the audience to get involved. Now, most of the people today are not going to come back. But every thrill seeker, if you market this right, every thrill seeker.
Because they die.
Every thrill seeker within 50 miles of this city, every would-be adventurer, every bored third son of a patrician is going to come here. You make them sign a waiver indemnifying you against death or dismemberment. You put on the fireballed wall a memorial for those killed or seriously injured at your club, and you can charge a lot more for entry because you offer something that no one else can. And you can charge even more for those sitting closest to the fighting pit because they're in the splash zone. And all you have to do is every few weeks book an art act like a berserker. Will he stop when he beats his opponent, or will he come into the audience? Who knows? Someone who uses wild magic, fight against animals with face spiders involved. Think of the possibilities. And you are the only one who can give this to the city.
You have saved the lives of millions of registered voters.
Thank you. Thank you. I tried to figure out some way to work that line in.
Roll a persuasion check. With it? No, I'm not going to give you an advantage because Kaimana Wall of Thorns.
Oh.
It was no good. You saved
Persuasion?
yourself from disadvantage.
Persuasion, yeah.
23.
23. Let's see. She kind of leans back. Now, you're not expecting a cut for this or a finder's fee, are you?
Oh, no.
Well,
We did the decorating for free.
well, I think that presents quite an opportunity. Let's make another bargain. Your group will come back the day after tomorrow, the day before the king's birthday celebrations, and you will fight my fighters in a no-holds-barred pit match. no payment for you, no betting, and we'll call it even.
I look at the group.
I look at Mar.
How many?
Well, I've got 2 fighters, so I think you can make a reappearance. And your rat friend here, who has the talking mouth, let's see if his fists can do the talking too.
I mean, if you are Marlow.
Let's do it.
Can we have the money back we gambled?
Oh, you'll need to see Naveen for that.
Jerry, can you get my money? I leave to grab Yara and throw her in an alleyway now.
Okay.
Also, our fighter's name is the Lightning Strike.
The lightning strike.
What?
That's your name now. Just deal with it.
She kind of, she says, well, you'll be facing off against Twine and Naveen.
Oh, Twine. Okay.
Do the lightning strike. Ka-chow.
Oh, here's a marketing thing for you for free. The only club adventurous enough for the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, interesting. You all are the Adventurers Guild.
Well, did we not mention that?
Saurus.
No, but you just
oh my God,
did.
this is illegal.
All right, Saurus, we have to update the list. Thank you, ma'am. We're gonna get our money. And
I yield the floor to jury.
Yeah.
Great time. We're gonna fucking leave. Goodbye.
Naveen is standing there. Well, quite impressive that you all managed to calm the anger of Karen. So Gold must have done the talking then.
In a roundabout way, yes.
Well, that's effective. Here are your winnings, and he tosses over the thing. It's twice whatever you bet. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did I write down how much I put down? Ooh.
2,000 gold for me.
yeah,
I
Abel,
love
that's
being confident myself.
200
Did
for
I?
you, Abel.
I think. Oh, I put the same amount as Abel, so I think I put 100.
Yeah, everyone did 100. Everyone who bet did 100, except
so I got
for
200?
Marlow, who was willing
Listen, sometimes
to.
you believe in yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes you love yourself.
Naveen, thank you.
Absolutely,
And I have so much money now.
Yeah.
I hear we'll be crossing swords later this week, so look forward to it.
Yep. Saurus is gonna kick your ass.
Right. And immediately, like, you hear from right behind you, Jury, sneaking up in a way that you didn't notice that he was there. Is ass kicking something that the Adventurers Guild is very good at? And Twine is standing like right behind you.
Most of the time. Most of the time.
I don't know if that's an effective place to hit somebody. It's rather cushioned.
Well, you'll get to find out.
He retrieves an arrow from the wall that he had shot at one of the things, and he puts it back in his quiver.
This has been great. It hasn't been great. We're gonna leave.
Yes. Well, we'll see you in a couple days then.
Mm-hmm.
And Twine just waves goodbye as you walk out.
Bye.
And then you hear Corinne as you're exiting out the thing. She says, "Twine, get the broom, get that dead body off the floor and get the broom. No, Twine, don't pick the bones. Get the broom." And that's the last. All right. So you guys exit back out into the city streets, quiet, late at night, and. Do you make your way back to the Naiad's bargain?
As Mara's leaving, I messaged to ask them if she wants us to wait for them or if we should head on.
I think I gotta do this one alone.
Okay. So.
All right. So the main party kind of exits off, and then so you grab the. She's conscious enough. Corinne did heal her at the end, and you kind of guide her upstairs and get her into a dark alleyway just as she's kind of coming to. Motto.
I shove her up against the wall. I will make sure that I don't hit the head.
Yeah.
I will block the head.
Not enough to do the 3 points of damage that she had.
Like in a way that I'm not causing damage, but the intent is there of how the fuck did you get veil tethers?
Roll an intimidation check.
Yeah.
With advantage.
Oh, okay.
You did just kick her ass.
I did just kick her
Very much so.
ass. 19. I'm sorry. Who's this new
19.
Mar?
New charismatic Mar, let's go.
Charismatic Mar.
That +0 makes all the difference.
Wait. I have a +3 to intimidation? I never
'cause
noticed this.
you're proficient in it, probably. Yeah.
A 21.
Oh, 21. So she just kind of... I've found a worthfulness that the order never allowed me to express. And I'm working very closely with members of the Crown.
You know what you did in there, right? Those portals that opened, those monsters that came out, that killed people? That was you.
It's an unfortunate side effect.
A fucking side effect doesn't end in people dying, Yara. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know. The transition that we make once a full moon could, I don't know, cause random people's entire lives to be destroyed.
Not me!
Yes, I understand. But sometimes...
I don't fucking get you. I don't get you at all. I have tried so fucking hard with you to be nice to you, to like you, when you were a bitch to me and everybody at the fucking order.
Marlow, with her high and mighty, too good to speak to anybody around her. The curse is just too much for her. Everyone else who just chose the curse is so much beneath you. Yes, you tried so hard to be nice to me. You did. I don't know what Callie never saw in you.
Nothing to you. I did nothing to you.
Yes, I volunteered myself to the order, and then you show up. Under her arm, a bedraggled pup dragged in from the rain. I fought for that position and for that honor, and you became her favorite.
I didn't ask to be her favorite. I didn't ask to join the fucking order. Okay?
Well, that's not what I know.
What the fuck do you think you know? You don't know fucking shit about
no one
me.
rises in Callian's respect so quickly without some reason.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know, Marlow. What are you?
I'm gonna pretend that you're not saying what I think you're saying right now.
She just looks at you. You are given such a place of honor that should have been mine. And now...
It could have been yours if you fucking works for it.
Well, I found something
if you didn't
better.
just rely on the easy way out.
Well, the easy way out led me to this. And she kind of, there's a moment where even though you're holding her, you see like a tether wrapping around her arm. She's like, this power is beyond anything that the Order could ever have promised us.
It's gonna get you killed. I've seen people who use that. And the first guy I saw did that, he's fucking dead. He died from that shit, okay?
All power comes with risk. But to fight the dangers that are out there that maybe you don't know exist, we must take...
I don't know exist.
We must use their tools against them. They will destroy Alyria if we don't stand to fight.
You sound exactly like Callian when you say that shit.
Maybe I listened to her better than you did.
I'm sure you fucking did. Who gave this power to you? Tell me, or I'm dragging your ass to Lunaria Mistweaver. First thing in the morning.
A risk breaker.
Name.
Roll an intimidation check.
Risk breaker.
Go, Marlow.
A risk breaker? What the fuck?
Yeah. That's friends with the crown.
How long does inspiration last?
10 minutes.
Has it been 10 minutes?
Since the
Probably.
Since the start of the fight,
Probably.
Did
yeah.
I give it to you after that?
No, it was at the beginning of the fight.
I think it was at the beginning of the
Oh.
fight. No, I mean, it's good. I wish it was better. 16?
16.
No. Yes, 16. Sorry.
You are not threatening more than they would. And I don't think that you have it in you to do so.
I slam her up against the wall.
Okay. Roll for an attack.
Now there's the good roll, Mar. Always roll good to hit. Is this just like a
It's a
shove?
strength check, probably.
Ah. Well, but it is a 16.
Oh, okay. So you slam her up against, roll 1d4, and add your strength modifier, which is -3.
So I don't.
Oh my
why would I
God.
roll, Josh? That's my point.
Because you might do a damage point. It's base 1 damage for sure.
Because even if okay, I rolled a 1 on the. I mean, I do.
Okay, so it does 1 damage at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so she hits and she and like a little blood comes out to the side from. She still has internal injuries.
Yeah. I can do this all day. I have potions in my bag. You go down, I will fucking heal you, and we can just keep doing this until I get a name out of you.
Marlow, this conversation's only continuing because I'm allowing it to happen. So we can either talk or we cannot. But I
Okay,
cannot
I
give
knock
you.
her out. I'm gonna try to knock her out.
Okay, go ahead and roll. At the same moment, she's gonna repost you if you miss.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
The fuck she does. I'm gonna use my sword this time.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Just to knock her out. That's gonna be a 28 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Marlow is motivated.
Am I rolling? I'm rolling non-lethal damage here.
It does not matter. She has 7 hit points, and Marlow does more than damage unless you roll.
No, I add 7 to the damage.
Yeah. So, so, and you see that like as she's working that that tether, you see a sword beginning to take form in her hand. Just as you clock her, and that dissipates, and she collapses to the side.
Cool. I would like to try to see if I can pick Yara up. I don't know how big Yara is.
I mean, she's smaller than you are, but
She's like lean.
she is lean. Yeah, I mean, like I feel like most of the Order of the Lycan members, unless they're transformed, are rather lean.
So remind me what part of town I'm in right now.
You are in the Prismic Order, which is the like super high class, very like neighborhood watch will call to say.
Right. But this is not too far from Lenarian Mistweaver's place,
No,
right?
it's not. It's I mean, probably like a 10-minute walk.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go knock on her door in the middle of the night.
Okay.
With this one, because I didn't expect this to be outside.
Could make a like a stealth check at disadvantage.
Okay. It's gonna be a plus 11 for stealth. 22.
22. Okay. All right. So even though they did roll well, the guards.
I would have had the party stay with me if I knew this was going to be a thing. I'm so sorry.
So you,
I think it's funnier.
so you manage to get past, and like you sell part of the stealth check is, are you selling that you're just a person helping their drunken friend get home, a little bit, because this is some weekends at Bernie shit. There's a couple guards who do kind of look at you odd, but
I put the hat on Yara.
they just kind of like, oh, get your friend home safe. She looks like she's had the worst for wear.
Happens to the best of us.
Yes. Now, the issue when you get to the Violet Conclave entrance is that the gate, which is normally open during the day, is closed and locked.
Great.
And there are a couple guards posted up outside.
Okay. I will I'll roll up to one of the guards.
Hold there.
Hi, my name's Marlow Abion. I'm with the Adventurers Guild. Can you please let Lenaria Mistweaver know that I have a person of very much interest here that she needs to see immediately?
He kind of looks at his friend and says, Lenaria Mistweaver, do you have any sign that you have connection with her? She usually gives a token.
I mean, I have the ball invitation, right?
Well, she gave you a coin the first time.
I pull up a coin.
Oh, all right. And he goes in, and you see kind of like a wall at the kind of the guardhouse of different orbs and things, and he kind of finds the right one, and he touches it, and it flashes for a moment. And then you hear him speaking into it, like, Miss Weaver, yes, I'm sorry to bother you this late. There's a Marlow Abion. Right, of course. Thank you, ma'am. All right. And he comes out, and, well, you've got friends in high places, it looks like. I'll just open the gate one moment. Hold on. And he kind of goes back and flips the switch, and the gate opens. And he says, now, you gotta go straight there. No other parts of the conclave are open this hour.
Understood.
All right. He lets you walk through, and you make your way to her tower. As the rest of you get back to the Naiad's bargain, Jura, I need you to make a stealth check, please.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay.
Well, you know what you're doing.
I got 14.
Okay. As the rest of you are kind of getting back there, Souris, you do notice everyone's kind of going in, whether they're heading to their rooms or not. Juridan is hanging back from everyone else.
Yep.
Oh, you're muted, Rob.
You good, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out at the bar.
Do you need backup?
No. It's fine.
All right.
Okay. I go to my room.
All right, you go to your room. Abel, Kaimana?
Do I notice Jordan's hanging back?
I mean, I'm just sitting in the lobby. I feel like
Yeah.
usually Jordan goes to their room, but they're sitting in the lobby.
You would have noticed Kaimana. All three of you probably would have picked up on it. That Jordan was not making a move to their bedroom.
I'm gonna take a bath.
Okay, sleep well.
Overhearing Souris ask if Jory's okay, and them giving their reassurance, Abel just kind of let it be. Sometimes people need to drink away their problems. So I think I will head upstairs.
All right. Are you staying up tonight to read, Abel, or are you going to sleep?
I already had 1 point of exhaustion. At some point, is that? Have we taken a long rest since then?
No, that was last night. You stayed up all night.
Okay. So I still have a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, so if you stay up tonight reading, then you will get 2 points of exhaustion.
Ooh, I won't go to bed.
Okay, so
eventful day.
Yeah, after spending about 36 hours awake, Abel collapses on the bed and just passes out immediately. Kaimana discovers a beautiful bath upstairs that is not wooden, but is made out of like gorgeous kind of carved porcelain with almost kind of coral designs around the edges. And there's a magical water dispenser that heats the water and also provides aromatherapy into the water. And you can and there's bubbles and soaps all around for you to draw a large bath and take a beautiful bath there at the Naad's Bargain.
Oh yeah, it's like simultaneously the cutest and the dumbest thing you've ever seen. Like
No.
All right. Source, you just go to bed. All right. Do you want to study your book at all before you sleep, or do you want to just head straight to sleep?
That's me.
You asked
Source. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did want to learn that second skill. So
Okay. You could probably spend an hour on it today, before you go to sleep, and then you would only have 7 more hours after that. So,
okay.
Yep.
I'll do that.
So you read for a little bit, and then you go from there. Juridan slinks off into the night.
Yep.
After everyone goes to bed. And Marlow, you arrive at the tower of Lenaria Mistweaver, and the door is open, and she's just standing in the doorway with like a cup of tea floating next to her. This had better be quite good. I need my beauty sleep.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, come in. And she moves into the door, and you kind of drop Yara on the settee.
This is someone who is at the order at the same time as me, apparently ran away, has veil tethers now, the same stuff that Harmon and his people have been using, and said they're working with the crown, and a wrist breaker gave it to them, and then tried to run away from me before I could get more answers, and I knocked them out, and then I panicked, and I came here.
Yes. Has she broken the law at all?
She did go to an illegal fighting pit. Does that count?
Did you meet her there?
Possibly.
Oh, okay. So I can't use that as justification. All right.
She did summon. She opened 3 monster portals in the fighting pit. Does that count? Is anything? People died. People did die from that.
That would be problematic. So Shadowfell. All right. Just one moment. And she is casting over Yara. And as she's casting this spell, you suddenly see what only occasionally comes into view. There are 3 or 4 tethers wrapped around Yara's arms and kind of writhing around and moving freely there. Huh. What has she gotten herself into? This is quite dangerous. I'm going to try to remove them. Let's see. Okay. All right. So as she's casting the spell, you watch, and one of the tethers kind of pulls up, and then another one rises up, and then off the other arm, another one, and then finally the 4th, and they kind of rise up into the air, and she severs the connection that they have with our realm, and you just see them vanish, like they're being pulled back into a space, and then they just kind of vanish into darkness. So she said that a risk breaker gave her this power.
Yes.
I think that was a lie. I don't know any risk breakers that have this type of magic.
That's what I was thinking. I really just wanted her to not have them on her. One, because she's fucking irresponsible as hell, clearly. And two, also, I do regrettably somewhat care that this person lives and would not like them to get killed by a monster they summon.
But she's working for somebody.
Yeah.
Do you think our friend?
She talked about wanting to fight the unknown and the powers that I don't even know are there with the equivalent dark magic, and I can't help but think it seems like very similar rhetoric. Even I don't know if she thinks she's fighting for the right side or whatever, but I don't think she's high up, but
Well, this is definitely pawn level.
that's what I was thinking. It's the same powers that the pawn we encountered had.
There is a way to, if a spell was cast on her, to determine who cast the spell.
Okay.
It will take some time. But if you feel comfortable leaving her with me, or you can stay here tonight.
I feel really bad asking this of you. I can just go dump her in an alley again. I mean...
Well, Marlow, I'm an elf. I've already slept for my night. I'm fine.
Great.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, if you want to see this one out.
Oh, all right. Well, this preferably not in my tea room.
No. That's like a basement. I don't know.
She takes her hands in the air and she begins to spin, and you feel the entire room rotating around you, and you get the distinct feeling that you are rising higher up into a structure.
Cool.
And there's a moment where the ceilings begins to rotate as well, and then like an iris of a camera open up, and you see that you're rising up through not the stone tower that is visibly seen outside in the Violet Conclave, but this is a tower of glass, of multicolored prismatic glass. And you're now rising up through, in her tea room, up through this glass, and you get to a moment where it stops. And she just kind of steps out into air, basically, off the side of this room. And you see as marble steps just appear underneath where her feet are walking, as the flagstones are laid as she's moving down this hallway. And then she kind of motions back, and you see Yara's body lift off of the settee and begin to follow her down. She says, don't be afraid of the steps. It's all for effect. Showmanship, you know. And and she eventually gets to the end of this kind of hallway, and you're just in this tower is unimaginably large in circumference, but you can tell that there are walls of glass that are creating hallways and door rooms and things. But it's kind of difficult from this point to see where those divisions lie, because beyond the glass is just a swirling sea of violet and blue and gold stars that are just kind of flying around this demi-plane tower that she's created here. And she eventually gets to the end of the hallway, and she steps up, and you see a staircase of marble begin to build as she's rising up around another spiral tower on the outside of the main one. And you follow along with her, and she eventually gets to a point where she reaches out her hand and a door appears, and she opens it, and you find yourself now in a room that's made of stone, that has a arcane sigil in the center, and she closes the door, and the glass and everything fades behind you, and she lays Yara down in the center. We will see what we will find. You can feel free to, if you need to rest. She motions, and there's a small like cot off to the side. This will take about 8 hours.
Can I go through her pockets and stuff real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Do I do like an investigation check?
I mean, yes, just in case there's a hidden compartments or something.
Okay. 22.
22. You discover 157 platinum.
I'm not stealing her money.
But Yara, comes from a very, very poor background, and the order doesn't really pay.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a beautiful gilded hilt dagger on her thigh that she didn't use in the fight. There is... you find in a pocket inside of the jacket that she wore over her armor, the symbol of the order, still on its chain, not around her neck, but pocketed there. It's the secret pocket that you discover on the inside of her pants behind the belt, where the familiar slender-bodied, more bulbous head of a pawn piece.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. I just hold it up to Lunaria.
Well, that was to be expected. And she flares out her hand, and you see all around this circle, these greenish and blue flames light up all around. And she says, that will actually be useful. Set it in the center with her, please.
Do that.
But all right, so Lunaria will take 8 hours to cast this. So if you would like to rest here, you can.
Yeah, I guess I'll just post up here tonight.
Okay.
This is what I'm doing now.
Yeah. So as you all are bedding down to sleep, Abel, your sleep, while immediate, is not as restful as you would like, because you are racked with the visions of what you saw the day before. The immeasurably large Sumat.
I did see the dragon
in her massive library asleep. The feeling of her energy entering you, and the prophecy coming out of your mouth, and you could feel yourself speaking the words, but hearing another's voice come out of your mouth. Mm-hmm. It was when you passed out and found yourself in a sea of stars that really has stuck with you. Floating in an endless sea of purple and violet and blue. Gaseous clouds of energy flying around, stars whipping in the distance. No concept of what was up or down, until a single massive clawed foot stepped out of the darkness down, and then another, and then lowering down to your eye level, descending out of the starred vacuum, the 5 eyes of Sumat lighting violet and looking down at you. Nuavian born, your isle is under attack. There is one within who will bring the poison.
Who is the one within?
The firstborn. And then you shoot awake. And there's somebody standing over you, like tapping your face. Sir, are you all right? You just experienced a prophecy moment, sir. Are you all right?
Get away,
and
get away.
Your eyes clear, and you're in the library space. And they took care of you that day. And it was, while the prophecy of the cloud attacking Azalor, like all of that was very clear to you, it was the voice of Sumat reaching you from a deeper, darker place that has kept with you as the day has gone.
So I assume throughout the day that Abel sort of kept that to himself.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a lot to process. And honestly, it's New Avian business. I don't think he would just jump out and tell the rest of the adventuring crew about the prophecy.
Yeah. All right.
Something to sleep on, yeah.
Yeah. All right. As you all awake the next day, you head downstairs at the Naiad's Bargain and discover that Marlow is not present.
Oh, why is she not here yet?
Maybe she had another fight.
Look, can we at least all of us get together and talk about something?
Like
What
breakfast?
is it, Jordan?
Something serious. To the side where people won't overhear us. I take him
One
into,
of the things for the list.
yeah, I guess so. I take him into the corner.
Oh, if only someone had just bought a cool ring for this moment.
That's true.
Oh.
I do sending to
There was a
Mar.
ring?
Abel, I got a ring that
I didn't long rest.
it will kind of help block an insular bubble where we can talk and people can't hear us as well.
Oh.
We're really trying to listen in. So
Okay.
I do that once a day for so long.
I do a sending to Mar, and I say, "Hey, where the hell are you? Why didn't you come back last night? And I'd really like to see you this morning before the trial."
The trial.
Do I get this, Josh?
Yeah,
You do.
wisely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whoa.
Oh wait, does Lenara's space block messages?
What does the language of the spell say on the same plane of existence as you?
Oh shit! I think you do have to be on the same plane. Hold on.
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't remember if sending has that.
Any distance
Limitation.
and to other planes of existence.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you do get it. You
Wait,
do get
there's
it.
a 5% chance it doesn't arrive.
Okay,
so you might
roll a
have to
D100,
Okay.
and you want to hit anything above a 90, above a 5%.
Okay. I rolled 95.
Okay, yeah, so it arrives.
So we're good.
The exact opposite percentage.
Exact
Yeah.
But yeah, so you get this mess.
It comes through a little like through a filter almost, Marlow. But
Cool.
yeah. Mhm.
What are you, my dad? Sorry, long night. At Archmage's Tower. Dealing with thing. Not like that. Leaving soon. See you later. Cut it off.
Roll a D100 for me, please.
Oh, make sure I get the message.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
hysterical.
Oh, I think. Oh God, I gotta do this on Google real quick. Oh, D100.
Oh.
I got a 91.
Okay, yeah.
We
So
both heard,
it
this
comes
message.
back and it's got the NPR voice filter on it. Like it comes through, but it's like soft and like a little more clear.
Silly babe, come on.
Mar, is that Lenaria Mistweavers? I guess she'll be back soon. I guess I'll just tell you guys about what's going on. So I lean in, pull you all together. I went to the Vox Populi headquarters last night because I wanted to ask them about Dorian. And when I went there, I think the leader here is the one that radicalized him. She's the one that sent him on this mission. And she's
Who is
prepared to just leave him there. So,
Who is the leader of the local Vox Populi?
Ember.
Esper.
They're or Esper. They're a fire genasi.
Yes.
Do you think they're planning to do anything during the birthday celebration now that Yorian cannot?
They asked me if the plan was still on, and I informed them it wasn't. But the ship, as you know, is here. still. So I'm worried about it. And I'm worried that it's the kind of organization that just leaves someone to rot in prison for their stupid ideals. But she was not happy with me, and it was very apparent that I did not align with their goals. So they do not, I think kindly of me currently.
Sounds like you have no reason to be loyal to this particular faction of Vox Populi.
Yeah, that's why I broke up with the Orient. They suck.
I'm wondering if it might be best for...
What was that?
I'm wondering if it might be best for us to inform the risk breakers.
But I don't trust the crown with this. Are you kidding me? I don't think that part of Vox Populi is good, but do you think the crown's much better with a priori infiltrating them?
If we can keep them from causing mass destruction, then what other options do we have? I'm genuinely asking, Jody, if you can think of something better.
Send an anonymous note to the risk breakers that there's a rumor on the street that someone's going to try and steal the ship.
Or do you think that this faction of Vox Populi would be interested in having another member of the Adventurers Guild join them as sort of a infiltrator?
I just don't think anyone else should be involved with this. I'm really worried about what they're planning on doing, and she gave me this, and I pull out the satchel that's sealed on the table. So you see a magically sealed satchel.
What's in it?
I don't know. It has a magic arcane lock thing, and she told me to give it to Iris.
Don't. And I'm sure you are wise enough to realize it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I think you and I should open it later, but not here.
Yeah, I agree. We can work together to see if we can break the lock, or at least discern what type of magic is sealed inside.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, all that happened. It was really messed up, and I'm really sad about it. But I also have to go to the trial today, and I'm kind of freaking out about that, so...
Are they questioning you today?
Yes. Me first, and then you.
So, Souris and Kaimana, what exactly did they ask you when you were there?
They asked me about the thing we can't talk about.
Which one? I send you a message in your brain, and I'm like, which one? Send it to me over message.
Vox Populi.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously that one. But I just said that at the table, so it's okay.
You're not supposed to say that word.
I know I'm not supposed, but I'm like one of the parents, okay? So I get to tell you if I can say it or not. I can say
we're not supposed to say that word.
Unless we're all together and there's no one else listening.
Come on.
Is there anyone else? Perception check to see if anyone else is listening.
Yeah.
Oh yes, good idea.
To do it.
You guys are in the back of the bar where it's a little bit quieter space.
16.
The only other person here up at the very front, there's an elderly dwarvish female who seems to be getting some breakfast, and then not Nairoy because he worked the late shift last night. There is another bartender at the bar, a kind of a purple, bluish skinned Triton female who's wiping down the bar, but they don't seem to be paying any attention to you.
I think she looks kind of fishy.
I don't really think you can do it.
You've been saving that one.
No, I just that was on the fly on that one.
It just popped in your head.
No, there was one thing that was like, there was, Yorian was there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he didn't recognize me.
I did a sending to him last night, and he didn't know who I was. He answered, but he didn't. He just asked who I was.
Would we know anything? Like, would it be common for them to wipe the memories of a prisoner or a traitor?
I mean, you can roll a history check.
I'm pretty smart.
Use your history, Abel. Help me.
Or Arcana.
History. I'm not gonna roll that.
You do Arcana.
I'll
Abel's
go
doing
Arcana.
history.
I got a 6.
You're not sure.
I forget things all the time.
I got a rock.
I got a 15
I'll be right
plus,
back.
Oh, I got a 15 plus 8, so was that 20, 22?
3.
So, Abel, you're not super familiar with all of the ins and outs of like you have a lot of Alyrian history and background and general kind of like, the 3 branches of government. But like the ins and outs of like the trial nature of Alyria, not so sure or clear. But from the description, it's very clear to you that in some way somebody has either messed with his memory, or he is pretending not to know who people are. Like, those are the 2 things that hit for you. That's like, those are the 2 possibilities of what could be going on with Yorian in your brain.
Would it be common that the court would have wiped his memory to make him more docile?
Well,
or Abel doesn't know.
You're not exactly. You wouldn't think that wiping the memory of a key witness or the person on trial would make a lot of sense, because you'd want them to be able to give the facts of events as they occurred. But if somebody's nefariously messing with his memory, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would just tell the group my suspicion.
It might have been Esper who did it.
And I'm sure Esper would have had a chance to gain access to him, being a local leader of Vox Populi. I'm sure they have guards or anyone in the prison who could have cast the spell.
Yeah.
I just don't see why I don't believe he would just pretend not to remember who you are, especially in the privacy of a sending spell.
He's pretty good at that.
You're new to that one.
He might have done it himself.
That's a little more messed up, Kaimana.
Well, it's hard to lie when you don't remember.
He's got a point.
Yeah. Well, I intend to go today and try to avoid the Vox Populi stuff as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I don't intend to try to deceive anyone.
They did ask about you a bit.
Did they? And what did you say?
It's not surprising.
I said I didn't remember.
That's probably pretty accurate.
It's truthful.
But I'll just go after.
Oh, they asked if you were helping.
And what did you say to that?
I said you weren't. Because you didn't really help.
I mean, you're right. I did not want to help. Didn't actively choose to do. I helped at that one part, but that was fine. But anyway,
Josh, do I remember anything significant that was asked of me? It's been a while, so my Rob's memory is
your cool thing. I will say this: your cool thing happened before you got there.
Yeah, you witnessed Yusef having a conversation with an
about
individual.
replacing the
about replacing Thord and Braid. The types of conversations or the questions they were asking Souris were particularly about, were there other forces at work within Feldspar other than the Tidewarders and the Scaled Fold?
That's gonna be tough.
Other forces other than the Tidewater and the Scaled.
Well,
Yeah, I can think. Okay,
Yeah.
Soras. I think I know who they're. Yeah, I know.
I know, but it's you can say that and be telling the truth. And
Soras,
just not tell everybody else.
you can get away with a little more cheekiness than I can. I've been doing a little bit more than you have. You
This is
know.
true.
Do you want me? Do
Skilled
you want me
and-
to cast a spell on you before you go?
No, I'm turning over a new leaf. This is.
Well, I'm sure the area would be warded against any spells that would help with deception. So
No, I don't know. Could I give? Because it's just if I did enhance ability again, it lasts an hour. Could I do that?
I don't intend to roll against anyone. I'm fine. I just want to go in and lay as much of it on the table as I can. And the more defensive I seem, I think the more they're going to think I did something, which I did, but I didn't. Okay.
are you depending on your family's status to soften the repercussions of the
God, no. I don't. That wasn't like my intention. All of this. I just wanted to make sure they weren't going to kill Yorian. But I don't intend to go to jail for his stupid idealistic side of this either. There's a lot of good I still have to do out here.
Whatever happens, we will do what we can to stand by you.
Thank you.
I'll make a pretty good ticket taker. So
Don't make me cry right before it.
Souris, Abel, and Kaimana, all of your passive perception is high enough to see the door open to Naad's bargain. And silhouetted against the backlight, you see a shadowed figure walk in. But when the door closes behind them, you see Bolton Kuhn.
Chris Bolton comes and gets me.
And he notices all of you at the back, and he just kind of waves in your direction, Juridan, but does not approach and lets you all finish your conversation.
I take all of your hands together. I couldn't have done this without all of you. Okay. Thank
we're
you.
lucky to have you with us.
Yeah, we deserve some
You'll be
blame.
fine.
We just what?
Some of the blame.
Oh.
I ruffle your head. Hey, you're not a ticket taker if you're not getting in trouble a little bit. I think that's what I've gathered. I'll get Mar after.
Yeah,
He's not back, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's just for us to know. Don't tell Mar that. Don't tell Mar that's a ticket taker rule.
I think, yeah, okay. I'll go off to Bolton.
Okay. And he will, when he sees you walking towards you, he kind of meets you halfway. Juridan, I'm here to guide you to the castle for the investigation.
Seems fitting.
Abel, you believe that you know your way to the castle. The princess would like to speak with you before your time, if you'd like to head that way in an hour or so.
Yes, I plan to make a visit today.
Yes. Any final words, Juridan?
Let's go.
All right. And so he guides you out and makes your way. Kaimana and Souris, you all have a free day today. Is there anything in particular that you'd like to do while your friends are being interrogated and Marlow is dealing with Lenari and Sweaver? Oh,
before Souris goes off, I want to ask him, have you heard anything from the other rat folk since they were taken to be questioned?
I have not. I could go check on them.
If you do,
Idea.
I think I have a gift for you. Being that your brothers are so new to the world, I think, let me find it, make sure I still have it. This might be of use to them. and I'll dig in my bag of holding that is now smoke monster free.
Hey, it was your first night without our text, too.
It was, yeah.
I slept like a baby. Oh,
We had a weird dragon dream.
yes, Anansi and I just cuddled up, and I will hand Source the headband of intellect that I no longer wear. It might be a good gift for yourself or one of your brothers. They're new to navigating this world, and might give them a leg up when it comes to just getting around in new places and new experiences.
Thank you, Abel. What does it do, Ronnie?
It gives you a 19 to intelligence.
Dang.
Yep.
I think you do have to go to attune.
You
to
do.
It,
It's attunement, but yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
All right.
I found it. I think we found it when we found the bag of holding. Right?
I can't remember where it came from. So, Souris and Kaimana, what are you planning for your day?
Well, I'm going to take a moment to feed and groom little Souris.
Little Souris, yeah, he comes out and he just chittering and excited and happy. And, like the moment you kind of let him out of your little bag, he crawls all over you and wraps around your neck. And then, like when you break out the little food, he's like,
Has not seen that little Source yet.
I asked him how he's doing in bee speech.
It's great. There's a lot of things. There was explosions and there was fire. It was fantastic.
I forgot I brought him with me.
No.
You're gonna do just fine.
I was promised adventure and he delivered.
No.
All right.
Are we going on another adventure today?
We're prepping for another adventure today, but who knows when adventure happens?
What's your name? So I'm Souris.
You're Little Saurus.
Lil Souris.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nice to meet you, Souris.
Little Saurus.
Oh, Jesus.
I would at some point like to go negotiate our prize money for capturing the pirate ship.
Okay.
But I'm going to wait till the afternoon till when jury gets back so that I can talk to them about basically how to deal with the bureaucrats to hopefully metagame give me advantage or a bonus to my rolls.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
But I do need to start the bank account, so I'll probably go do that.
Okay. You would also know that probably just in the sense of like you're trying to carry out guild activity. So the bureaucrat that you would want to speak to would be Darkon Cerulean.
Okay.
Yeah. Who may or may not be drunk.
Then I'm going to go find a really good bottle of liquor to take with me.
Okay, good.
Stop enabling him!
You can mark 15 gold off and you find a very good clear whiskey.
Okay.
From Souvenir Key.
All right, and I'm gonna go check on the rats.
Okay, Kaimana, do you go with Souris to check on the rats? Awesome, cool. All right, so Marlow, you wake, and as you're kind of waking up, you see Lenaria is literally just kind of like cross-legged and hovering in the air in front of this circle, and there's just tendrils of ley magic just coming off of her and hitting these different flames and lighting up. And at some point after you kind of dawn, there's fresh tea and scones next to you that she's laid out. You see Yara's body rise up in the center of the circle as she's finishing up the spell, and then this burst of energy releases, and she says, Marlow, this is it right here. And she kind of pulls, and you see a kind of holographic almost representation of a person rise off of Yara, and it slowly comes into focus, and you see Victor Rylas standing there. I don't know if I'm shocked or surprised.
Feels very weird to know. Feels very weird to know that she's met him and talked to him.
Yeah. Part of me was not sure that what you had told me was true. That Victor was still alive.
Yeah.
But this is... my old friend.
I'm sorry.
Let me show you something. And she kind of takes a wand and puts it towards her head. And then she's focusing for a moment. And then she casts out, and the room transitions a little bit. And you see Victor changes a little, and he becomes younger and takes on a more similar appearance to Volmir, father-son appearance. And then you see two more figures next to her, a younger Lunaria Mistweaver, and then another drowish elf figure who looks very much like Lunaria, her sister, Penelope, or Persephone. And they are geared out for war. This was the last time I saw him during the subversion. And then there was a fight and a battle. We were victorious, but then he was gone for a while. Not sure what happened. He disappeared. We lost Ahriman that day. Now, it may be that there was a connection between Volmir or Victor and Ahriman. And then the vision kind of fast forwards, and you see an older Lunaria approaching Victor, and you hear the conversation that they're having. Did you kill him? You hear Lunaria asking, and Victor saying he didn't have what it took to make Alyria strong. He was a danger to us all, Lunaria. And she says, did you kill Damien? Yes, of course. He would have destroyed us all. And then their vision kind of fast forwards again, and you see the two of them flying through the streets of Alyria, clashing and fighting, spells being wrought back and forth between the two of them, until finally, with a decisive blow, Lunaria smashes Victor into a wall and binds him there. I have to condemn you now to death for the murder of Damien Corday. I'm sorry, my old friend. Then the vision fades. And all that's left then is the original image of Victor coming off of Yara's body. If he survived, there are deeper dangers afoot within the Violet Conclave. We cannot trust anyone.
I know.
I should have done it myself.
It's not your fault.
What are you going to do with her?
That's a great fucking question, isn't it? I mean, I think I'm kind of tempted to just drop her on the streets and see where she goes.
Well,
Actually, I'm very tempted to do that.
perhaps. And she kind of pulls, she casts, and that chest appears in the air, and she opens it and reaches in and pulls out just a very simple necklace. Hide this on her person. Make it easier to keep tabs on her.
Cool. Okay. I will. Okay, so she had the jacket with the hidden pockets,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna put the pawn piece back where it was. I'm going to put this. Which one was the super hidden pocket? Was it the?
So there was like a pocket within a pocket where you found the order symbol, and that was in the jacket.
Right.
The hidden behind the belt, like hidden pocket that was like in the
I want
seam.
the pocket within the pocket with the order symbol, because
Okay.
I bet she's not going to go for that for
All
a
right.
hot second.
So you take out the order symbol and kind of wrap the necklace with it, and drop them back into the hidden pocket.
Nice.
Cool.
Where would you like her in town to be?
Oh, I was just going to go throw her in an alley. I mean,
Well, let's.
yeah, no, your way is smarter. I can assure you that's better.
You fought at the Prisma Quarter last night?
Yeah.
Let's make her feel like she just got a hangover then. And you see like the sigils around the sigils change into as she's casting a spell. And then when she releases, you see Yara's body vanish from the space, and it is now in the Prisma Quarter.
Thank you
Of course.
so much. I feel like I come to you a lot with a lot of problems and ask for help, and I'm very grateful that you say yes every time. And there's probably not much I could ever do for you that you couldn't just do for yourself. But if you ever need anything, just let me know.
Well, I have not had a friend in quite a while. Since my sister left, I've been rather alone. So I've enjoyed our time together, Marlow.
I have to.
So come back for tea sometime and don't just ask me for things.
I promise I will make a social call one day that does not involve dragging bodies to the house or wild conspiracy theory rants. Actually, I really can't. I probably will turn it into a conspiracy theory rant because I usually do that, but I won't ask for your help with it.
Of course. I must get to court. And she kind of makes a motion, and the glamour weave of her outfit changes into her more formal attire. I believe they are questioning your friend Jury today.
Yeah. Go easy on them. They're a good person.
I mostly am ignoring the sham trial. I'm just there for appearances.
There you go.
All right.
Does it look like it's gonna pan out a certain way? I mean, if it's a sham?
Well,
I shouldn't be asking you this. I definitely am getting interrogated. I probably shouldn't ask this, right?
tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's just say that the Crown does not often put on trial those that they cannot convict.
Right. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Well, feel free to partake in the towers.
Whose idea was it to have a trial then? If they could just sentence him.
The trial is more about what is exposed in the questioning than it is about Yorian.
Sure. Got it. Well, have fun. It seems like a great time.
It will be something. All right. And she says that door will take you out. And she kind of points to one of the doors at the back of this small chamber. And then she goes to another door off to the side. And when she opens it, you see the familiar hallways of the palace behind. And she walks through and exits, clacking on. When you go to the other door and open it, it's like opening the front door, even though you've risen up hundreds of feet into the air. Like,
Fucking magic is so weird.
Yep. All right, Jordan.
Oh my god.
Bolton does not talk to you as he takes you to the palace, unless you choose to speak to him.
No.
When you get...
I ask him as we get like closer. I won't ask him that. Okay. No, I'm good.
When he gets there to the front, he hands you off to another individual, and he just kind of looks at you and he says, "If I never see you again, thank God."
Feeling is so mutual.
Yeah.
I bow to him.
And he heads off a different direction. And then this person he hands you off to is a tall Goliath female, white skin and tattooed all over, but wearing a very officious outfit. And she kind of looks at you and she says, "Huh. So you're the one that brought down you're the one that brought down Bolton Coon, then?"
Is that the rumor? That's amazing. I can't confirm or deny that.
He was gunning for my job, and I think you just made it quite hard for him. Brigitte, my name's Brigitte. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's so great to meet you.
Yes, I'm the overarching risk breaker.
Oh, nice. I've heard a lot about you.
Yes, I'm running the investigation, so I will take you now to the chambers for questioning.
Great.
All right.
Great time.
Brigitte Hale.
That's so funny.
Yeah. All right. So you arrive. They lead you into the chamber. The same similar setup of the three triumvirate in the corners in the shadows where you cannot see their faces, only kind of the silhouettes of their bodies. Do you look around the room at all?
Yep.
All right. Make a perception check.
I'm looking at everything. I'm listening to everything. I got an 18.
In the corner opposite where those three judges are, the one corner that's open in the room, you see Volmir Rylus is sitting at the back, kind of arms crossed, watching the proceedings. And Yorian is in the kind of the box where he's been sitting throughout the whole trial. And he kind of glances in your direction. And just his eyes keep moving. And then he kind of glances back. All right. Juridan, welcome to the trial. I'm Yusef Erifan, the leader of the Curia Regis.
Hello.
Just a few questions for you today. Your father has reached out to the council, and so we know which questions may or may not be on the docket for the evening, or for the morning.
Sure.
First, can you describe your relationship with Yorian Taldaran?
Out of character, they didn't zone of truth me?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, they did. Yeah. I just wanted to establish that I made a show of not resisting.
Right. Yeah. So this room has basically like a perma zone of truth. So when you walk into it, there's that moment. Yeah.
I just want them to know I did not resist.
You did not resist
the zone of truth.
So he asks, can you describe your history with Yorian Taldaran?
We were romantically involved with each other for a time. There you go.
You hear a from the box.
From Yorian's side?
Yep.
I just am quiet and try not to show any reaction to it. Mm-hmm. I can roll deception if you need me to. I'm pissed off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I roll deception to not be phased. Don't make this harder for me, you fuck boy. I rolled a nat 1. I'm not lying to you. I got a 9.
Yeah, you're trying to hide it, but it's very clear that Well,
I'm like red with
You
it.
never roll well against this
Your-
Yeah, it's a problem with Yorian. I bust even my best
Yep.
skill. It's
Yep.
so annoying.
All right. Anything else other than romantically involved between the two of you? Were you working together or partners in some way?
We did some things together.
There's a switch, a move. Another member of the Kyrie Regis, Uriel, speaks up. Well, what exactly was your intention in attempting to rescue Yorian after his arrest?
I was afraid if he got arrested, he would be unjustly killed.
Are you calling into question the just nature of this proceedings and this trial?
Yes. As I would any crown trial. Like roll my eyes.
Fuck! Jesus.
And why do you have such displeasure with the crown?
I don't know. Maybe that's something for you to reflect on. I thought this was about Yorian.
I believe I'll ask the question again. Why would you have such displeasure with the crown?
Oh, I just have some disagreements with how the crown goes about things.
Trying to think who would ask this question. Tarlo Whistleton.
Mm?
Well, is it not because you're a part of an organization called Vox Populi?
I believe this trial is about Yorian's side of things, not what I was doing for the past few years.
Well, absolutely, but you have claimed a deep relationship with this man who has already admitted to being a worker for this organization. Were you not also part of it?
I said I was romantically involved with him for some time. Do people from organizations not have relationships? Is that what you're implying?
So you were part of Vox Populi?
God, how the fuck do I get out of that? I don't think this should be about me necessarily.
Yusef, well, we would just like to get an understanding of your knowledge of this organization so that we can better understand its role in Yorian's actions in Feldspar.
I mean, if you have any proof that I was involved with them, then I'll gladly answer your questions. Second.
He moves. Somebody else speaks up at that point. Did Yorian reveal to you where the funding for his excursions in Feldspar were coming from?
He did not tell me, no.
Do you know individuals that may have encouraged his behaviors with guidance or funding in any way?
Is this just not information you were able to get out of him?
We are attempting to corroborate the story he has already divulged to us.
I see. Can you repeat the question? Give me time to think about what the fuck I'm going to say.
Do you know of any individuals who provided him material or financial support in his endeavors in Feldspar? Or inspired his actions there?
Really trying to decide something here, Josh. I would be willing to speak more freely if his safety was assured.
Lenaria, what do you mean, Juridan?
I would rather him not rot in prison, so if that were to be the case.
Unfortunately, his crimes will face some form of consequence. I can assure you that his life is not at risk, however.
Okay. from legal sources. In
I
the
will
right way things go about.
I will guarantee his safety.
All right.
Yusef looks at her and then looks back.
I don't think I'd feel comfortable answering the question. I don't know how much I've been emotionally manipulated by him as well. So I don't know how accurate even what I tell you would be.
Well, any information that you can provide would be of great use to the Crown, or to this investigation. Yorian was one man. He could not have done this on his own. This was quite an expensive endeavor. And as skilled of a manipulator as he is not of the brightest mind. So someone else came up with this plan.
Think that's accurate?
Do you know who they are?
I refuse to answer.
Well, what can we do to persuade you?
Can I think about this just for one more evening?
They turn to Yorian. What was the name that you gave us? He looks back. Vicus. Does that ring a bell, Jordan?
Shit. Do I know this name, Josh?
You do not.
Fuck. It's not someone I was privy to, but Yorian wasn't exactly new at keeping things from me.
Of course. He was keeping things from us all. Now, the question arises, this courtroom must decide, was Jordan a blind lover carried away in the throes of passion, or should they too be in the box? What do you have to say for yourself? Your father's power can only protect you from so much. So speak truthfully and speak clearly.
I care very, very deeply for Yorian and his safety. And my actions were to fall in line with that. If that means call me back for questioning on what I've been doing, so be it. But I refuse to say more.
As recompense, the Crown does convict Jordan for their attempts at saving Yorian. But their role as a patrician does guard them from some of the deeper ills of that system. You, Jordan, must serve the Crown.
Like white knuckled hands on the whatever fucking podium or some shit. In what capacity?
Well, you are not an official member of a guild, but you have been traveling with one, who will be under close surveillance and watch in the coming months. You will be a member of the Adventurers Guild, and make no contact with any other members of this organization, of which you say you are not quite a member of. Vox Populi will not be part of your life. But the Ticket Takers and the Adventurers Guild will.
I accept your terms.
Very good. Thank you very much for your time, Juridan. Let the record state, Ambria Windsor is Juridan Windsor.
Juridan Windsor.
Thank you. And they dismiss you from the room.
As soon as I'm out, I just go, fuck! And just yell this into the courtyard.
Yep. All right. Souris and Kaimana. So Souris, you set up a bank account in the name of the ticket takers at the local banking guild.
Oh God, we're the ones who walked into a bank that set up an account.
Thankfully, with your badges as Adventurers Guild members, that all went very clearly and cleanly.
That's right, I do have a badge.
Yeah,
I've been using it to crack open oysters.
Yeah,
badges.
Yeah,
we don't need no stinking badges.
You make your way to the ship to check on the rats. Okay. When you arrive, they are very studiously cleaning the deck, washing things. You do notice that, true to their word, Lenaria Mistweaver has painted the side of the ship. It says "Something Ticket This Way Comes" in very beautiful script and scrawl. And the rats are swabbing the deck. For the most part, one of them is just kind of lounging in the back, but they're there. And Beaker sees you coming. Souris, it's good to see you.
And it's good to see you too. How are things?
Well, not all of us, but some of us got drunk last night for the first time.
How did that work out?
Well, Mortar is still not doing well. They're downstairs. They were very sick all day today. They had like 2 giant $21 old fashions.
Incredible.
And it was too.
I'm so angry. And this is canon. Play the rat one shots. I will play a mortar who gets conned into paying $21
for an old fashioned. Yes. But we're doing well. We are exploring the city a little bit. People give us weird looks, but we're kind of checking things out. We're going to go to the circus later.
Kaimana and I were planning on going to the circus later.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could do that all together as a big family.
Yeah. The Stoic Circus.
I have a couple of things for you. I'm not sure who best these should go to, but you would probably know better. And I give Abel's Headband of Intellect.
Okay.
And I give the Bracers of the Dancer that I had that I'm no longer attuned to, which are AC and Initiative +1.
Okay, so that probably makes more sense for Pestle or Mortar to get the the thing. So Beaker passes. He sets that aside and he says, "I'll give these bracers to Mortar when they wake up." I'm not sure who feels like. Since you are all the Rats of Rylus, who feels like an intelligence boost would be of a great boon to your character?
Not Mortar. Mortar needs no intelligence, and I refuse to give him any.
I mean, main rat that I'm playing could probably use it. Isn't there an alchemist rat or something too?
There is. Alembic would probably benefit from the most. Yeah. So he hands it off to Alembic. So Atwood, you can equip to Alembic the Headband of Intellect.
How would he phrase that? Hang on. No, you go ahead. I'll find it later.
All right. And so then anything else with the rat source?
Tell them I want to take them clothes shopping later. so that they can get something that's not kind of rags.
That would be very nice.
That may help with the people not looking at you funny.
We're really interested in the fact that everybody wears a lot more clothes than we do.
I can't wait to see what you each pick for yourself.
Yeah. Do you want to do that before the circus, or do you want to do that tomorrow?
Let's do it before the circus. That way you can enjoy your new clothes.
Okay. All right. So you get the rats all together. Mortar comes out very hungover and kind of struggling, the largest of the rats. But you guide them to a good clothing shop area near the Iron Mount and the aerodrome. So rats of Dangerouse, what kind of clothing would you like your rat to have? So we've got Jace is playing Mortar. Abel is, which rat were you, Abel?
I'm Beaker.
You're Beaker.
Abel was Crucible.
Atwood, you are playing Alembic. And then
I don't know.
I'm playing Pestle.
Maybe.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think you're Crucible.
yeah.
I think by default you must be Crucible.
Yeah, and each rat has 100 gold that they were given, and I have 100 gold that I'm going to pay for the first round of clothes, or as much as possible. But that way, if they want to get a second set, like super fancy or something like that, they do have that option.
Okay, so just for general adventuring clothes, what would your rat like to have?
Beaker wants to dress as close to Souris as possible.
Finds
so cute.
Finds a good white coat and a white outfit with red trim. Very nice.
How much did you say? Well, no, they have their own money.
They have their own money. Yeah.
You said it was called the Circlet of Intelligence.
Headband of Intelligence. Headband of Intellect.
Mortar is not thrilled with the idea of clothes, but reluctantly accepts that perhaps clothes are the way of this new life. Go
ahead.
No.
I was going to point out that the more martial of the rats may feel, in addition to just a base set of clothes, may want to get some armor.
Oh,
like
Mortar does not desire
as a barbarian.
but I think from also Mortar is just a big rat who does not want to be encumbered by anything. Mm-hmm. He wants to be ready to throw down at any point. So what he's gonna do is get a big like one of those vest coats. And it's even too big for him, and he has nothing on underneath it. And then he finds a little head sash that he's really proud of, and he thinks he looks really cool and tough.
Nice. Pestle finds armor that looks very similar to Marlow's, like leather pieces. But not black or darker gray, right. like a grayish color, and then finds a sash belt that's the exact same color as Mortar's headband.
I was thinking red. Is red the move?
So red, yeah.
The rats of Dangerouse, having a red theme.
Yep. So a red sash belt that they can hang their sword off of, and then and then for just normal clothes, like a white, like one of those white jackets that comes down not all the way to the waist, but then cuts back and then has longer tails, but is white with red sashes as well to kind of match Souris's look.
I think Crucible, he wants to look for a sort of fancy, red and gold, trimmed or gold a seamed shirt with like a large collar, and over that he'll put like a very nice little button-up vest. But then he needs a belt for these pants that he has. But he figures, well, if one belt is good, I'll just like strap 5 belts around my waist.
Final Fantasy belt moments!
And that way, if one belt fails or someone else needs a belt, I'll have several belts that I can, in my arsenal. So he's got like this large, flowy, huge collared, red shirt, his vest, and like just a stack of belts around his waist. And he's feeling good about himself.
I can see him stringing all these belts together to make a rope to lower somebody at some point.
The belts will have function at some point, yes.
Ronnie, that's so funny.
And the 70s shirt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. And our last rat.
Yeah. So Olympic is going to find something that looks like 1920s, 30s coveralls that like you would see a mechanic wear, like at a service station, and like a flat cap, like which contrasts great with the headband of intellect that is like bejeweled and like gloves and boots, like just absolute, like it's, you can only tell he's a rat by like his face, like that's it.
All right.
Just totally obscured by this grease stained outfit that he's really happy with, and tool belt, I guess.
All right, so the rats are kitted out and ready for the circus. We will say at some point that, Jury, would you find them or seek them out from your time at the palace?
I'll go. Yeah. Well, I said I'd collect Mar.
Okay.
I'll do a sending to Mar again and see where they are at this point. Mar.
Josh, how much is this going to set me back?
So you gave them all 100 gold, or they all?
Yeah, but I had 100 that I was going to pay pay the first $100.
Oh, so for all of the outfits, probably it's like 12 gold.
Okay.
Well, so Abel had a pretty fancy one, so let's say 15.
Okay.
Abel is
Abel. Crucible had a very fancy one. Crucible.
That many belts. How dare you?
I know. Now, jewels, perhaps, but not.
Yeah, I'll do a sending to Mar and be like, Mar, I'm really upset. Trial didn't go well. If tell me where you are. If it's not at the bar, I'll just meet you there. I'm bad. Thank you. Goodbye. And I'm just gonna go straight back to the fucking. I can't use Dimension Door, right? I tried to use Dimension Door. Is it still is my thing fucked up still from Bolton?
So you tried a Dimension Door?
Yes.
It works. It's fine.
Oh, okay. I just go 500 feet closer, so it takes less time.
Yeah. Okay. So Marlow, you get the message. You can reply.
Yeah. Okay, bud, I'm coming. Don't hang in there. Drink water first.
Yeah. So Souris, Kaimana, and the 5 rats of Dangerouse head to the Naiad's Bargain to get back with everybody else. Marlow and Jury heading that way as well. Abel making your way after that hour time to the palace. When you arrive, you're greeted by a guard at the door of the palace, and they simply say, like, the princess will be waiting for you after the trial period. She would love to see you before you go.
I don't get to speak to her before?
She is indisposed at the moment.
Fine. Okay.
They lead you into the chamber, and you enter in. You look around the room. Volmir standing at the back, the shadowy people, the Curia Regis in front of you. And you feel the zone of truth wash over you. You allow it to take, or do you try to resist?
I have no reason to resist it.
Okay. All right. So the zone of truth take hold.
To work it.
And then Yusef speaks up first. Oh, Abel Abioye, welcome. Your father is, and he kind of gestures off to the side, and you see like there's a second-story balcony thing, and Ogon's just sitting there like cross-armed, watching this in questioning take place. What brings you to Alyria, Abel?
I come to the continent of Alyria to further my studies as an artificer and a spellcaster.
And you, in the process, joined one of our new guilds and became a member of the Illyrian populace in such a way, correct?
I did voluntarily help to found a new adventuring guild and joined one of their groups, the Ticket Takers. Yeah.
Good. Well, we are welcoming you here. Of course, you've been quite a boon to our crown organizations in the last month or so.
I appreciate it.
So,
the Ticket Takers and our auxiliary members have done a lot throughout the country to improve the lives of the common people. And I think that should be taken into account during these proceedings.
Good. The first question may seem rather disconnected, but your expertise as an artificer would be useful for our investigation. Could you explain in detail how the impact of a shipload of quicksilver may have been used in amplifying the destructive spells in the center of Anavir?
Logistically, or would you want me to simply recall what I witnessed?
Oh, you've witnessed its usages.
I can't say that I have on a large scale, but I just know what quicksilver can be used to fuel many spells, and if it's not used correctly, it could be quite destructive, which is why I believe that having such a large storage of quicksilver within the city may be a bit of an oversight when it comes to security, especially so close to the king's celebrations.
Of course. Now, in the apprehension of Yorian, you assisted Anzel and Marlow. At what point did Yorian reveal his intentions to you about using the quicksilver?
Okay. Yorian never actually directly revealed to me, did he?
He told us all in that square.
Yep.
He was like, here's my big evil
Yeah, he was like, here's my
evil
plan, and I want you guys to do it for me. Or help me.
Oh, okay. I am not entirely sure the plan was concocted by Yorian. He seemed more of a misguided pawn. Although his actions cannot be ignored. By the time we knew what was planned, and again, I am not sure it was his plan, we took steps to try to circumvent what was to happen.
But you helped in his arrest. Why did you not act sooner once he had revealed his plan to you?
We helped in his arrest. We were under certain constraints with the level of security or surveillance that the risk breakers had us on. It's hard for an adventuring guild who has proven themselves time and time again to have the best interests of the people and the crown as one of their core components. It's hard for us to operate when we were hamstrung, so to speak, by the risk breaker organization.
Do you have an understanding of where Yorian may have gotten the financial backing for his actions?
I honestly cannot say I have any idea where he may have found or what was funding the actions. I don't know if, again, they were purely Yorian's design, but I would not know where the funding would have come from.
When did you inform your government of Yorian's plan of action?
I am not at liberty to discuss Nuavian governmental affairs. That is not my place here.
But you did inform Nuavia of what Yorian had planned.
Again, I am not at liberty to discuss. That is not my role
Get his ass. Get his ass.
as a citizen of Nuavia. I simply am here to study and further my capabilities as an artificer. And to build relations with the people and the leadership throughout Alyria.
Uriel Dane asks, so the Nuavian people are very interested in building relations with the Alyrian people, is that correct?
I am here to build my own relations. I am not operating in any official capacity for Nuavia. I am here as an individual.
Sully's alive.
Dad's role playing right now, sweetie.
Yeah.
It's the fireworks. She can't help it.
Yusef glances up at the balcony, and you can see like Ogwan has uncrossed his arms, and he's just kind of leaning against the balcony and staring down at Yusef. And then Yusef looks back. Well, we appreciate your help in apprehending Yorian and bringing this to the light of the crown. It's will do much to build bridges between our people, regardless of whether you see yourself as a representative of them or not.
I appreciate the statement.
All right. He kind of says, well, we thank you so much for your time. As you get up to leave, before you get out of the zone of truth, however, he says, oh, as a minor question, there's been a deficit of Zephrysite trade in the last few months between Alyria and Nuavia. I know you're not representative, but could you put in a word that we would like those shipments to continue?
I do not have the authority to make such requests as a citizen of Nuavia who is simply traveling through Alyria.
Yes. But perhaps your father heard the question.
I don't believe my father is here on trial.
No. But neither are you.
Participate in this trial, I mean.
Thank you so much for your time, Abel. He lets you leave. And the princess is there waiting for you as you exit out. All right.
What was that guy's name? Dane? Urian Dane?
So only two of the individuals questioned you. Yusef Arafan, the leader of the Kir Regis.
Y'all see what I've been saying about you since time?
I know.
And Uriel Dane is the master of coin. Those are the only two who questioned you. None of the other ones spoke up during the questioning.
Well,
Alora is waiting for you when you come out, and she says, Abel, runs up and gives you a hug. And as she's hugging you, she whispers in your ear, shit's gotten real. We can't talk here. Let's go somewhere else, shall we?
Okay, let's go.
And that's where we'll pick up next week. Yep. with a later
so much I want to tell her.
a later day at the circus and a conversation between Abel and Alora.
I have to find my dad too.
I don't know if Abel, did you hear the name that was given when jury?
Vicus?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Whether jury tells you that or not, I was just.
I knew that name had come up before.
You've met Vicus.
Vicus is the next in line for leadership in New Avia.
That's what I thought.
Oh no!
That's what I thought.
And what did he say that Vicus was?
He said
the
that
name of the-
Vicus was who gave him this idea for this plan,
And who
bankrolled it.
funded it, yeah.
Who funded it?
Is the name that he said Yorian gave, right?
Yes, that's what Yorian said.
Oh, again, Yusef, wouldn't it be
This is holy.
convenient if it all fell back on Nuavia? This motherfucker.
Well,
Oh my
and
God.
on the other hand, Abel in his vision did hear that there was a poison within Nuavia, and it was the
Firstborn, yeah.
Is that
Which
Vicus?
would be-
That's not Vicus, is it?
That would
I
be
believe it, but I don't want Yusef to be right. So I'm going to choose to believe that Yusef's lying and he's a bad person.
Oh my God, so much happened this session.
So much happened.
Oh my God.
But why would Vicus put New Avia at risk, knowing that they're like
Money.
these greedy people who want
Probably
oil?
money.
So he could sell the fucking Zephyrsite to them, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Crazy.
that trial didn't go how I thought. That's cool.
We get to go to the circus, though, guys.
The circus.
I don't want to go to the circus.
The Star Speaker circus.
Trauma from the Star
I don't mean
Speaker.
fuck
I
the circus.
wanted
don't
to,
mean
but
that.
now I don't want to.
you know it's a rat and not as Marlow.
No.
Oh,
Jace will in no capacity
I
go to
will
the circus.
I will off screen tell you what Mortar gets up to at the carnival, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's nothing good.
oh. You gotta do the handle.
That's no less.
Oh.
This whole group with Kaimana and the rats and Souris, I'm 50-50 the tent burns down.
What could happen?
It could possibly burn.
If they start playing the Star Spangled or Stars and Stripes Forever, you know we fucked up.
No.
They hypnotized Mar last time.
They
Yeah, we
did.
sure did.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't.
no,
What,
you're gonna be
what
hard
class was
pressed
Crucible?
to get more to go back to those people.
Crucible's a sorcerer.
A sorcerer.
Dragon soul. Mhm.
All right, guys. Well,
All right.
that was crazy.
Crazy.
That was
All right.
nut bar.
And then Marlow gets their questioning tomorrow after the circus.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Can't believe my punishment is to be legally signed to you fuckers. Wow.
I
wanna ask-
said your legal punishment is to switch friend groups.
How can they enforce that though? How are they going to know whether
Broke
or
up
not?
with Vox Populi. Now
it's-
Ticket Takers is my only friend.
It's not like they're tracking jury or anything.
Yeah, not at all.
I don't know.
Definitely
You might
not
want
like the mafia
inspect that
themselves for, like,
dulcimer
dude,
really
do you know
well.
how easy it is to track all of you? Here's your full identity.
Sure.
I'm waiting to see where Yara ends up getting tracked back to and what happens with that.
Yes.
Here's my thing. I was so close to branding her, which is where I can tell whatever direction they're in, no matter what, unless it gets dispelled. But my thought process was I'd have to to do that, it would burn off on Yorian. And I think it's very convenient to have it on Yorian right now. And two, I was like, well, I feel like that's a little bit more obvious. / it can be dispelled by like a high level person. And if she's just running back to Victor Rylas, he's going to be like, oh shit, let me get that off of you. Like, swat it off like a fly. So, yeah.
You brought that. into my domicile.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I can't believe every pawn we've come into contact with, I've immediately been like, my arch nemesis, my beef, I hate you, I will destroy you.
Well, next
If I
time,
ever
Mark,
feel that way
funny.
about another character in this game,
It's a pawn.
like to like of that petty level, they're a pawn.
Yep.
Amazing.
Marlow has a built-in pawn detector.
That's the built-in insight.
There you go. When discernment is
How I
the
knew Yusuf's not a pawn. He's the bishop, as we all know. We don't have to talk about it. But I knew
Yusuf
on
guy.
sight with that motherfucker. On sight.
I wish Abel would have known about Vicus being like implicated.
Yeah,
Because then
I
he
didn't
probably
know.
would have. I know. I was like,
I bet they did that on purpose. They put you back to back so you could not overhear that information.
yeah.
Oh, surely not.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
Fuckers. Don't worry, we'll all get together this evening and talk about stuff and be sad. And Jerry will probably be drunk the whole time. It'll be great.
At the
I can't
circus.
wait to
Great.
actually meet the whole council to see which ones have tethers.
Oh,
and which
yeah.
ones don't.
Well, you guys have, let's see, tomorrow. So the circus tomorrow, and then Mars tomorrow, and then the Yorian's actual trial is the next day. And then the next 2 days are the King's festivals. So you guys have 3 days before the masquerade ball, where you would definitely run into all of the council members. So
All right,
You
thanks,
wanna get the-
guys.
yeah.
Do they have to have a quorum to do trial?
Well, the 3 are there, yeah.
Yeah, if we just incapacitate one of them. One that's
We're not
guilty.
whacking council members for my shitty
I'm
ex-boyfriend.
just saying.
No, we just find one that does
Most
not
of
have
the
tethers.
council people, they're just normal people. They have 10 HP or less. I'm
That's
just saying it's
before
a
magic
one-time.
items, Jace. The magic.
I'm saying,
Um,
most of them, you
and
catch
we
them
don't
on the
know-
wrong side of town, it's a one.
Yeah, we don't know which of them have like Victor Riley's connections though, so
I'm thinking I
they
find
probably are
one
magicked up.
that does not have tethers. I take them to the Shadowlands and say, "Tell me everything you know, or you don't go back home." And then I leave their ass there.
No, no.
I veto this.
You didn't tell me
They
everything
don't know
before the
anything.
shadow creatures got here.
I don't
Oh,
know
no.
anything.
You're gonna abandon some
Tarlo
poor
Whistleton
innocent
is just like,
person.
I just wanted pretty things.
No.
Sorry,
Well, I bring
sorry.
Marlow along for the questioning.
Yeah.
Is his name, is it Tarlo or Carlo?
Tarlo Whistleton.
Tarlo Whistleton.
TW, because
Yeah.
sometimes I write TW as Charlo Whistleton, and sometimes it's Tidewaters, and sometimes I do have to do
no.
a second glance of like, what's that?
TW has a gay lover. Tidewaters has a gay lover. What?
All of them.
I mean, it's rum, sodomy, and the lash. There you go.
There you go. There you go.
It gets lonely at sea.